Hi everyone and welcome to this new CSM tips video. Following my previous video on how to use the analytics table, today I wanted to show you a bit more precisely, a bit more in depth how to analyze one specific horse with the analytics table. So today the horse we're going to analyze is called, it's a demo name, but it's called Flat Standard FR2. It's a French horse, so trained on French tracks. So here, what I can see already, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, I filtered with the horse name so that I only have his own trainings and his own averages here in red. So here I can see my latest training was on this track, the Perth, which is a sand track. Here, the edition of the trainings was not completely perfect because I don't have the sand track surface here, but I know it's a sand track. And because the other tracks here are grass tracks, and they are flat tracks, while this one goes a bit uphill, so it would not really make sense to compare those trainings together. So I will just use another filter, the track name, to only look at this one track. I could also filter by the track surface to only look at the trainings on sand, but here it's pretty much the same. Here, this track is my only sand track anyways. So here I have 4 trainings that were recorded at several points in time over several months. So it will be interesting to see the evolution of this horse. The distance of the trainings varies a bit, but here on the last ones, it's almost always the same at 100 meters close. And in terms of time, what I can see is that my trainings really went faster and faster. Here, it's my fastest training ever in 36 seconds for the best 600 meters. It's a lot faster than my average, which is in 40 seconds. And yeah, I can see basically over the last 3 trainings, every training was a bit faster. What will be also interesting is to look at the max heart rate reached during the training. And what we can see is that back in March, for a rather low training, my heart rate was going very high at 227. And on the training after that, it was a bit slower. So, of course, the heart rate went a bit lower. But when we went a bit faster again, here I had a similar heart rate, max heart rate to my previous training while going a lot faster. And now today, I have an even lower max heart rate for going a lot faster. So we can really see there that there's an improvement in the horse because we're going faster and faster, and the heart rate does not need to go as high as what it used to be anymore. So the horse is improving. What could be also interesting is to enter here the track condition to really compare things that are comparable and know if this change in heart rate could also be due to a change in the track condition. But if we take a look also at the recovery, for my fast recovery, which is the intensity perceived by my horse during the work, what I can see is that here, with the speed increasing, it's getting more intense for the horse, of course, but it's still under control. We have a fast recovery at 52%, which indicates a work of good intensity for the horse. And it's not that much higher than my previous training, which was still quite slower. Here we can see in the max speed. And in terms of heart rate after 15 minutes, so the recovery of the horse, how well he recovered, also assesses his fitness. Here we still have a very good recovery at 43% after 15 minutes. It's under our 45% target, so good recovery. Also good for a sand track that is uphill. And we can see it's not that far from my previous training, which was still a lot lower. And we can compare to this previous training with this first training, which was not very fast, and we can really see a big improvement in the recovery. If we compare in terms of speed, we're 4 seconds faster for the best 600 meters, and recovery is almost similar. So here my horse really improved over time in terms of fitness. And if I take a look at the stride length and stride frequency, here at 60, I don't have any values because I was not fast enough, but for the 50 kilometers per hour, I have some values. And I can see here my stride length is quite similar to the one before, but it's still a lot shorter than what we used to have a few months back. So that could be interesting here to try to question where it could come from. Does it come from an issue in the horse, or could it come from a different track condition, maybe, or a heavier rider, or a different shoeing, probably. All those information could be interesting to put in the edition form, so that we can really see where it's coming from. But here we can still notice a big drop in the stride length compared to back in June. So that might be worth investigating the horse a bit more in depth. That's what I'm going to do with the warm-up parameters that I have here. I have symmetry and regularity. So first, regularity is a value that almost never changes. It's always close to 95%. Here, it's even higher. So no worries here. For the symmetry, my symmetry is even higher than his average symmetry. It can vary a bit more than regularity, but compared to his average, it does not seem to come from here. And if I look at the heart rate at first trot, which could be a sign that something is going wrong because the muscles are still cold, so it's where horse will feel the pain the most. And when the pain is when the horse is feeling pain, heart rate will be higher. But here we can see for a speed here that is remaining almost the same, we have a heart rate that also remains quite the same. We were a bit lower here, but compared to the previous trainings, I don't see a huge jump in the heart rate at first trot. So it could be worth keeping a close eye on this horse for the next trainings and try to see where this could come from and if his stride lengths can come back to normal in the next trainings. So this is a way we could analyze a horse like this with the analytics table. I feel like it's very nice because we can look at each category of parameters. First the speed, then the recovery, then the locomotion, and finally warm up if ever we have a doubt on this horse. I hope this was useful for you, and looking forward to see you on our next CSM tips video. Bye bye.